Grab a cup of coffee and start your Sunday with Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life features stories to inspire, motivate, and empower you. Live your best life now. Listen, learn, think, and decide. Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. Every Sunday morning at 9 on the Talk of New York, AM 970, The Apple. Visit cyacyl.com.
Good morning, this is Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. I'm Joan Herman. Thanks for tuning in. Today's guest, Michelle Phillips, is a former celebrity makeup artist turned TV personality, author, and motivational speaker. Michelle combines her broad range of life experiences and natural warmth for a strength and esteem makeover of the mind, beauty, and spirit. Michelle is the author of the new book, The Beauty Blueprint, 8 Steps to Building the Life and Look of Your Dreams. She has been seen on national television and, as a makeup artist, has worked with major networks and celebrities. Good morning, Michelle. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, well, thanks for having me, Joan. It's an absolute pleasure to be here.
Thank you, and I want to apologize to our listeners in the beginning. I seem to have a bit of laryngitis today, so just bear with me, and hopefully it won't become too distracted.
Oh, no problem. I'm sending you healing.
Thank you, and for people who know me, they know that laryngitis is torturous for me. So anyway, that said, Michelle, your mission in life, it is to reach women who've lost touch with who they are. And that's because this happened to you. And on the surface, your book, The Beauty Blueprint, it may appear to be a how to look beautiful guide, but it really is so much more. Would you share with us the story of when you had that awakening moment in your life?
Yeah, I mean, many things led to it, but years as a celebrity makeup artist, I was always working with celebrities. And I feel at that point in my life, because I am a life coach now, that even though I was helping people look good on the outside, I was also allowing people to sit in my chair and decompress. And so I used to really feel that most of my job was not just to make them look good, but to help them feel better before they went on stage or on the camera. And so into my career, after about 10 years of being, as a celebrity makeup artist, I was asked to do some beauty and style segments on television to help women look and feel better from the inside out. And what I discovered was not just beauty and style tips. I became really connected to some incredible women who were everyday women who were making a difference in their lives and in others. And I began to see the true connection between inner and outer beauty. And during this time, I was introduced to life coaching and began to really rediscover who I was and what was really important to me and my values and my passions. And as much as my professional career was on fire and everything I set my mind to do came true, in my personal life, I was married and have 3 beautiful children and was not really with a man who truly loved and respected me for who I was. And that's because I feel, A, I wasn't really showing him who I really was in the beginning. B, he also was going through a difficult time in his life and didn't really like himself very well. And so he turned to alcohol and became very verbally abusive. And I was walking on eggshells all the time at that point in my life, feeling like everything was always my fault, and then I could fix everything, and then I could create this facade of having the perfect life and the perfect kids and the perfect house and the car and the boats and the stuff. And when I decided that that was not who I was anymore, and I decided to live my life according to who I was and my values and what was really important to me, a lot of chaos occurred. I ended up getting divorced. And I lost everything financially just because of a series of events that happened during my divorce. So ultimately, I was living off credit cards to feed my kids, and then I ended up on food stamps. And all at this time, I was on TV teaching women how to look better and feel better. But yet I feel the lessons that I was searching for, the things that I really needed in life, were really coming to me fast and furious. And at the time I thought, oh my gosh, why is my life becoming harder and more difficult when really it wasn't. It was becoming more truthful. I was becoming more authentic, and I started living my life a whole different way. So what I was just doing was shedding everything and walking into a life that had meaning, purpose, love, peace, and ultimately my life became incredible. It took time, it took work, but that is the process I share in my book, because that, to me, is really beauty. When you live a life that is full and meaningful, there's no other way to live.
Michelle, when you're sharing this story, it sounds like it was an easy process, and I know it wasn't. How did you get through those dark moments in the beginning when you had to shed the life you knew and you were going in a different direction? And I know that that was not easy to do. How did you get through those dark moments? What would you advise people that are going through that right now?
Okay, the first thing I did, I remember, is I got underneath the covers and ate a lot of ice cream. I was like freaked out. Then, you have to get up. You have to make yourself keep going, because I had kids. Yeah. My friends kept asking me, what can we do for you, my family? And finally, I learned to ask for help. And I'm not talking about monetary help. I'm talking about support. I needed a hand up, and I needed people to really help support me to just get strength and create a plan. And I think a lot of us, especially as women, we feel like if we ask for help that we're saying that we're not capable. And when I got over that hurdle, then my life began to get better. But, I had to make a plan. I had to find support, and I had to stay inspired, because there are times when you're in that really dark hole that it's hard to do that. And so the first thing I did was, I worked with my friends and family. I'm like, this is where I want to go. I reached out for help, support, resources, but I also worked with a life coach who, at that time, I was going through years of life coaching, so I ultimately became one. And that's what I share in my book, is the first thing is you got to figure out, no matter where you are in life, even if you're not down in that dark place and you're in a good place but you still want more in your life, where are you now and what's blocking you from moving forward? And, finding out what those things are and then creating that intention behind everything you do to remove that block and to make those steps, those micro movements towards, either dissolving negativity in your life, or maybe it could be a health issue, or maybe it could be money, or maybe it's a relationship. How can you take the steps to improve your life? And then where is it you want to go? What do you want your life to look like? And that's what I did. I started journaling and writing down everything I wanted for my life, not materialistically, just as a whole. And everything I wrote is in my book, and I'm living it now. But you have to visualize it, create it, let it out of you, write these things down, and then you will see when you ask for support and you make those lists of resources, you will see that what you actually want is not too far out of reach. It really isn't. All you have to do is just put that intention out there and then make the plan, the action plan to create the life you want, and it will happen.
And that's what when I go out and speak, and I always try to make people understand that it is a conscious decision. It's not something that just happens. You have two choices. You can lay in bed and eat your ice cream all day long and cry and woe is me, or you can decide that you want to live a happy, fulfilled life and put the time and the work into it. And as you said, what you put out there will come back to you. And I think that's very important, what you just told everyone. Make that conscious choice, put it out there, and that's what you will get back in return.
You get back who you are, not what you want, who you are. So the more you work on you, the more you're going to attract exactly what you want. And, so the more positive you can stay, the more inspired you can stay, enthusiastic. I talk about image and beauty. What are you wearing every day when you walk out your door? Are you wearing anger, resentment, or are you really saying, okay, I might not 100% feel this today, but I am going to face my day with enthusiasm. I'm going to be open to any opportunities or any people or, any love and joy that comes towards me instead of blocking it, because we block a lot when we run around with negative energy. Right. And I'm not saying that I don't have bad days, but overall, you want to make sure that you're consciously staying positive and focusing on what it is that you want, because when you do that laser focus, it's amazing how things just start showing up in your life. And my husband calls me, what's her name, Samantha from Bewitched, because you just crinkle your nose and things happen. And I said, no, because what it is I'm getting clearer and clearer about what it is that I want and what I want to surround myself with, and I'm feeling a real strong connection to my source, to the universe, because I'm clear. And that clarity began with taking care of me first. And it doesn't mean I don't love my children and my family. I mean, my goodness, they come first in my life, of course, but I have to really put my, fill my oxygen tank first before I can be good to anyone else. And when I do, I'm a lot better partner and mom, and just I have more pleasant experiences in life as a whole.
I'm glad that you brought that up, because we as women tend to think that it has to be an either-or situation. Either I'm going to be a great mom for my kids, or I'm going to take care of myself. And I don't understand why we can't make the connection that we can do both.
I know. We are caretakers, and that's a fantastic thing. Women are nurturing and loving and compassionate, but why aren't we being that way towards ourselves? So, recently, within a week ago, my daughter, who's 12, had emergency surgery, and I've been very busy getting ready for my book launch. And, it's sometimes you realize when you have to stop everything and just clear your schedule for a week and go, oh my gosh, my baby, she's sick and she needs me and she's okay. But still, I dropped everything. But when it was all done and I had spent 3 nights in the hospital and I was really tired, I went and scheduled a massage for myself and took an afternoon where my ex-husband took her for the day to watch her so I could get some rest. And I'm telling you, if I hadn't done that, I would have probably ended up sick or needed to be in the hospital myself from the stress and the exhaustion. Instead, I said, no, my daughter comes first, but now that she's taken care of for a few hours, now I need to take care of me. And as soon as I did and she was back in my care within a few hours, I was a whole different person and able to be fully present with her. And so that's the message I'm really trying to share with women, is that why does it have to get to extreme circumstances before we get that wake-up call?
Well, Michelle, we're going to let our listeners think about that while we take a break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mujda Hagverdi, board-certified in anti-aging, functional, and internal medicine. Do you exhibit symptoms of an underactive thyroid, such as fatigue, weight gain, muscle aches, elevated cholesterol, sensitivity to cold, or depression? But when you ask your doctor to run a thyroid test, the test comes back normal. Has your doctor told you that your symptoms have nothing to do with thyroid disease? In some patients, the standard thyroid test is not an accurate assessment. The thyroid hormone TSH is made by the pituitary gland. In internal medicine, as long as TSH is within 0.35 to 5.5, we consider thyroid function to be normal, and we assure the patient that nothing is wrong. In anti-aging functional medicine, we feel TSH above 2 is a sign of an underactive thyroid. We not only evaluate T4 and T3, but also reverse T3. If anti-thyroid antibodies are elevated, it gives us a warning of a possible autoimmune attack. Are you on a thyroid medication like levothyroxine and still feel hypothyroid? There are many options available to treat and correct your hypothyroidism. With my knowledge of anti-aging functional medicine, I have been able to treat underactive thyroids with supplements and compounded thyroid medications. Isn't it time you listen to your body? Contact my office to schedule a complete evaluation. I'm conveniently located in Ramsey, New Jersey. Call 201-995-1601 to schedule your appointment.
Change your attitude, change your life, and big, believe, inspire, grow. Salute the entrepreneurial spirit of small business owners, people who follow a dream, work hard, and make it happen. This week's Spotlight on Florist Divine is brought to you by REA, a global consulting firm that provides career and transition services to individuals and relocating families worldwide. Flores Divine specializes in floral designs that enhance the elegance of any occasion. From casual parties to weddings and formal affairs, Flores Divine provides quality and expertise to create memories for a lifetime. The award-winning designers at Flores Divine provide personal service and attention to detail. With artistry, a passion for flowers, and knowledge, they create a natural garden look with European flair. Flores Divine specializes in creating exquisite wedding floral designs from the bridal and attendant bouquets to the reception arrangements. Located in Long Valley, New Jersey, Flores Divine serves the tri-state region. Design classes for adults and children are available. For more information, call 908-852-9533 or visit floresdivine.com. Check out Flores Divine on Facebook and Twitter. Flores Divine, distinctive and elegant floral design for any occasion.
6 months ago, I was transferred to Seattle, Washington. My family and I made the move. My wife, Kay, initially focused on getting our new home built, enrolling our children in school, and maintaining our temporary housing. Throughout the process, an REA consultant stayed in close contact with Kay until she was ready to start her job search. After Kay enrolled, her REA consultant called her about an opportunity that was a perfect fit. The consultant helped Kay update her resume, provided salary information and market comparisons, and coached her on interview strategies. Within 2 weeks, Kay was offered the position, and the REA consultant coached her through the salary negotiation process. Kay accepted the job. Thank you, REA, for making our move and transition easy. If you need career relocation assistance, career transition outplacement services, or executive coaching, contact the experienced professionals at REA. For more information, please visit r-e-a.com.
Some people prefer traditional funeral services. Others prefer cremation. Some want an elaborate ceremony. Others don't want any ceremony at all. Visit Funeral Homes offer all types of services because we know there are all types of people. That's why we specialize in personalized funeral services. To meet the needs of each and every family, call Bishop Quinlan Funeral Homes of Clifton at 973-546-2000 and Bishop Parker Funeral Home of Little Falls at 973-256-4700 for ideas and information on how to plan a service as individual as you are.
Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life now has a free monthly digital magazine that can be read online or emailed to your inbox. Each month, nationally recognized leaders in their field provide the information that you need to inspire and motivate you. We believe in a holistic approach to life, incorporating mind, body, and spirit. As philosopher Francis Bacon said, knowledge is power. Use the wisdom provided in the publication and apply it to your everyday life. Visit cyacyl.com for more information or to begin your free subscription. That's cyacyl.com. Welcome back to Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. I'm Joan Herman. Our guest today is former celebrity makeup artist turned TV personality, author, and motivational speaker, Michelle Phillips. Michelle is the author of the new book, The Beauty Blueprint, 8 Steps to Building the Life and Look of Your Dreams. Michelle, before break, we were talking a little bit about your journey and your mission and what it is that you'd like women to take away from your work. And what I'd like to do now is talk about how we can build the foundation for our beauty plan. In doing that, I want to just ask an important question. You say that when we talk about beauty, we tend to think about makeover. And you say forget about makeovers, go for transformation. What's the difference?
Well, makeover is dealing with the outer. And those are lots of fun. But when I watch the makeover shows, you know, a lot of people, or even when I've done the makeovers myself with people, if we're not dealing with the inner, then what happens is they never really go away and repeat, you know, that whole makeover process. They don't do their hair the same way and their clothes and everything. They go, oh, that was a lot of fun. Okay, now back to me. You know, because that's what it's really about. What we want to do is we don't want to just make over the outer. What we want to do is go inside. What is it inside that we have? What are our gifts? What do we have to offer? And it's like going into the rooms of our home and finding those beautiful pieces that we have, the pieces of furniture, the wonderful things that we treasure, and polish them up. And look at the beauty that they have. Instead of just going, okay, we're going to go outside of the house and put on a fresh coat of paint. So that's what I mean with transformation is really, you know, let's figure out what is beautiful about you, inside and out. And what do you love to do? What are your passions? What are your values? What do you want your life to be? And then how do you want to project that out through your image? So at the end of my book, I do give beauty tips. And I do create a process. I created a process for women and men to create their own beauty blueprint and their own style words. So that way, when you go through this process, when it comes to your clothing and then with your beauty products, you'll be able to write down in your beauty blueprint on a little card. You can place a little card in your wallet, and you will always have a goof-proof shopping guide. And seriously, because we spend way too much money on things that we really don't need to have and that we don't even like when we get home in our closet. So that whole process is really important because the inner and the outer have that direct correlation.
So Michelle, for us to feel beautiful on the inside so that we can glow and exude this outer beauty, what are some of the steps that we can take to build this foundation?
One of the first things I love to do is have people list 20 things that they love about themselves, okay? Because the first thing clients usually do when they sit in my chair is tell me the top 10 to 20 things that they find wrong about themselves. So I like people to really hone in on what is right about you, what's amazing, what's uniquely beautiful, what are your unique qualities, your skills, your talents. Then I also encourage people to write down the top 10 things they love to do and start doing them. Even if they haven't done them or if they don't think they can, it's really important. I had a client recently who I started working with her 12 weeks ago. And she said, you know what, I don't even know what I love to do. I said, well, what did you used to love to do? And she goes, oh, my gosh, before I had my kids, I used to love to go dancing. I used to love to go to the movies. But now they're grown and they've left the house and I don't have anybody to go with, so I don't do anything. And I said, okay, you have 7 days. Within the next 7 days, I want you to either go dancing or go to the movies, even if it's by yourself, or join a dance class, do something, one of those two things, and I challenge you to do both. So within a week, she gets back to me and she said, oh my gosh, I went to the movies all by myself. I had so much fun. Who cares? Why did I even wait so long to do that? And she went dancing and went to a Zumba class, loved it. It's 12 weeks later. We just checked in our final coaching session. She is now becoming a dance instructor and is creating her own form of Zumba.
That's amazing.
Isn't that fantastic? She has
is.
a whole different energy about her because she's doing things she loves to do, and that will lead you directly to your passion.
Okay, so list 20 things that we love about ourselves, then list 10 things that we love to do. What else?
And then do them.
Making the list isn't enough? Darn it.
Yes, and when you list the 20 things that you love about yourself, then I want you to post those on Post-it notes all over your house.
Yeah.
I am pretty, or I love my hair, I love my toes. I don't care what it is. I am creative. I am compassionate. It's fantastic. The next thing I ask people to do is to really write down what your ultimate life looks like. And when I ask people this question, they usually answer me with whatever they think is available to them right there. They just think, okay, well, what are my options in front of me? Well, maybe my options are this and that, so this is what I'd like my life to look like. So then I say, okay, let me rephrase the question. If I could wave a magic wand right now and your ultimate life could be anything, what would that life look like? And I don't mean I'm not talking about just a job or finances. I'm talking about where are you? Who are you with? What does your life feel like, look like? Where do you live? Just what are you doing? And I did this years ago. It's amazing. It's all come true. Even my husband. I wrote down the man that I wanted to marry, the ultimate partner I wanted. So I invite people to really take a look at what their ultimate beautiful life would look like, and then start figuring out how to make that happen.
In this, you're daring them to dream, and I just want to get in before we run out of time. You ask people then to embrace their fears. Why is that so important?
Because fear is what stops us from moving forward and living our ultimate life. So if we really look at what we're fearful of, we will find that fear is usually just something that we're making up in our heads, or it's basically fear of what other people will think, fear of failure, fear of not being accepted. But really, write down what that fear is and why, and then write down the opposite of that. If if you're saying, what if I fail? What if you succeed and your life becomes everything that you've ultimately wanted? Or what if my father doesn't approve? Well, what if your father says, oh my gosh, look at you now. You're living a life that makes you really happy. Wouldn't your father want that for you? You've got to really look at where the fear is coming from, because 9 times out of 10, it shouldn't be holding you back at all.
The book is The Beauty Blueprint, 8 Steps to Building the Life and Look of Your Dreams by Michelle Phillips. If you'd like more information about Michelle, you can visit her website, michellephillips.com, or our website, cyacyl.com. That stands for Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. While on our site, listen to past shows as podcasts, read our digital magazine, and sign up for our mailing list. Michelle, in 30 seconds or less, what would be the one thing you would like our listeners to walk away with from this interview?
I think what I'd like to say is that change is always going to occur. So you can either fight it or embrace it. So I encourage everybody to walk through the doors of change and embrace it. And I love that's just what your show is about.
Thank you, Michelle. Once again, The Beauty Blueprint, 8 Steps to Building the Life and Look of Your Dreams by Michelle Phillips. Michelle, I hope that we have the opportunity to have you come back again, and I wish you much success with your new book.
Thank you so much. And I hope your throat gets better. And of course, I ran my mouth and didn't give you a chance to talk anyway. So.
Thank you for that. This is Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. I'm Joan Herman. Thanks for tuning in.